We are about halfway through in terms of the timeline because we plan to be in the field for 6 to 8 weeks, and we're pretty much on time. So we've been in the field for 3 weeks now, and we visited just under 500 households. So if you remember, our sample size is 1,200 households. So like I said, we're just under the halfway mark. So we should be finished on time within the 8 weeks. And yeah, it's been going well so far. The public has been cooperating as we've asked. Except, I must admit, for some of the gated communities, we've had some problems gaining access to some of the gated communities. And so we've been trying to contact the different housing associations to see if we can work something out. But apart from that, we're very happy with the public's response so far, and things have been going according to plan.
Now run me through exactly what are you asking these people who are unemployed?
Well, it's not just people who are unemployed. We're asking whether they are unemployed. So the survey has about 4 sections. The first section is just some general questions to find out what the makeup of the household is, how many people live there, what are their ages and the genders, that kind of thing. Nationality, so that when we do collect the information, we can then split it and disaggregate it into the different categories. The second section of the survey is about education, both if you're doing education now and what education you've completed in the past, so that we can then link employment and unemployment rates, etc., to the education of the person who responded. And then the third section is the main section. It's about whether you're working or not working, whether you're looking for work, you're not looking for work, retired, going to school, whatever your employment status is. And then the final section is some general questions on income, so that we can also link that to employment and unemployment.
Would you say at this point that the rates are very low from those that went out on the field? And the calculations that you do, that are we looking on a good positive side or on negative side?
Well, I haven't been running the data as it comes in, because it can be quite misleading, depending on you're not getting, as you're going along, you might not be getting a cover of all the districts or anything, because it depends which addresses the interviewers have visited so far. But the only statistics that I can update you on for now is like our response rate, etc. And as I said, that has been going pretty much according to plan. So it's been going well.
And how long that is going to be going for?
Right. So we plan to be completely out of the field latest by the second week of March, about the 11th of March. And it does look like we'll be on time, so maybe even the first week of March we should be out of the field, and then we should have preliminary results within 4 weeks after that.
Now, after you finish all of that, I guess you do your calculation. What is next for the department and on this information that you receive from the public that you visit?
Right. So as the information comes in, it's inserted into our database. Once the survey is finished, we'll be cleaning the data and starting to process and analyze it. At that point, it will not be split up according to individuals anymore. It's already kind of amalgamated, so that we're not trying to trace it back to who has responded what. Then the general statistics, things like the unemployment rate, the employment rate, and all of the disaggregation. So unemployment by gender, unemployment by age groups, unemployment by nationalities, by sector of work, by education, highest level of education completed. All of those different disaggregations will be done. And then we will publish the results in a report. It will be on our website. We'll do another press release to say that it's out and the information is available to the general public. It will also be sent in a specialized report to departments like the Labor Department, who will then be able to use that information to make policies and programs specific to the problem areas, if you like.
So it's not that, for instance, that what you're doing, that let's say the employment is at a lower case, that your department or any other department of government is now going to go out and seek the people to get work?
No, because there is no way to trace back to the individuals who said that they were unemployed. It's an anonymous survey. So there would be no way for the Labor Department, for example, to go back and knock on your door and say, oh, you told the Department of Statistics that you're unemployed. But they can then, like, let's say it comes out that there's an unemployment rate of 6%, 7%, and the Labor Department can then say, okay, for this group of people, what ages are this group of people? In what education level are they? What areas of work are they looking for? That kind of thing. And then they can make specialized programs or specialized policies that would be able to combat that area.
What is your target amount that you want to go there and get your interviews?
We're supposed to visit 1,200 households, so we're planning to visit 1,200 households. And last time we did the labor force survey, which was in 2013, the response rate was about low 80%. So we're hoping to either stay the same or do better this time. So we're aiming for around a 90, between 90 and I'd say 85% response rate.
And at this point, how many people do you have out there on the field?
13 now. We started out with 10, and as time has gone on, we've added a couple. So we've got 13 women in the field right now.
And one of the questions I probably forgot to ask you, that when the people who do the research outside of the field, do they come straight to your department with the information?
Yes, they do.
And it's confidential?
It's completely confidential. We have our interviewers coming in twice a week so that it's never very long that they have the information on their tablets. So twice a week they come in and we upload all of the information, put it into the database, and as soon as it's put into the database, it's immediately anonymized. Within the tablets, once the interviewer has interviewed someone and has taken their information and entered it into the tablet, they cannot access it again. So they can't delete it, they can't edit it, they can't go back in and check what the person said. We've set it up so that once they've collected the information, they click save, that's it. The only persons who can then access it is us when they come in to give it to us. And at that point, it's already anonymized. Well, I would just like to encourage the general public to continue to please cooperate with us. Only together we can make this labor force survey a success. We recently posted up a little video clip with some funny do's and don'ts on our Facebook page, Department of Statistics St. Martin Facebook page, to just continue to encourage the public to cooperate. And we also have a competition running on our Facebook page where we're asking the general public to predict what they believe the employment rate will be coming out of this labor force survey. And the winners will be getting some fun prizes, including a dinner for two voucher.
Call me with mistaken me I. Calypso lovers, people of St. Martin, listen up. Raw Promotions Foundation, in collaboration with the FCDSM, proudly present the first St. Martin Calypso tent for 2017 on Tuesday, February 21st at the Carnival Village in Gallows Bay, Marigot, starting at 8 p.m. sharp. You say you love Calypso? Well, come out and see King Bobo, the Mighty Fox, His Majesty Baker Jr., Ebony Empress, Dr. Ray, Lady Righteous, the Mighty Pepper, the Chipman, Shira, and St. Martin's first female Calypso monarch, Shakira. The Calypso tent is sponsored by Nagico, Fast, Fair, and Always There, and UTS and Chippy. The admission is only $10 or €10. Don't forget the date, Tuesday, February 21st at 8 p.m. sharp. See you there. Out, out, out. Hands bite me.
Let me know. Need a loan that's quick and easy. Island Finance. Up to 50,000 guineas really easy. Island Finance. For education, yes. A renovation. That's no problem. Yes, it's true. That's not all. They're quick and friendly too. Island Finance. Appliances, vacations, even fix your car. You can depend on Island Finance.
I going.
I going.
I going.
I going.
I going.
I going.
I going. I going. I going. I going.
I going.
I going. I going.
With the bike.
Ik ga.
Are you going? Friday, April 28th, Carnival Village.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
Life is a journey full of connections. You're in safe hands, even when life starts too soon. You don't have to miss a single beat. When a bad hair day makes you sad, just sharing can bring you joy and more to come. They take the plunge, turn fear into faith, while you capture those beautiful moments. In the game of life, it's family that counts. They'll be there even when you lose. We all have our moments of reflection and hope. And when you feel you're losing everything in life, we're there because there's more to come. When life starts too soon, you don't have to miss a single beat. We're here to connect you and share life. Telcel, when you want more.
Prison situation is concerned, and I've heard remarks, and I agree with the sentiment that, yeah, we have heard those things before. When are we going to see something? Now, there too, I hope to be able to, in the course of next week, to present what I would call an urgency plan to the Council of Ministers, in which the proposals of how to immediately start dealing with the situation at the prison to bring back or try to normalize what is going on there. I cannot give much details on it yet, as I will be finalizing it this week, and next week presenting it to the Council of Ministers. So that there too, hopefully by the next press briefing, I'll be able to say more. What can be said, and I saw an article in the newspaper about today, I think, about scanners that should be acquired at the prison. We have received, and this has been in the make before I became minister, there have been discussion with the Dutch institution Dienst Justitiële Instellingen, and those were some items for the prison that we would have obtained from them. And in the meantime, those containers have arrived. In those containers, they are different items like single beds, chairs, cabinets, behandeltafel, a table that the doctor would use to treat the patients. Also, in this shipment, not the bag scanners, but the ports that you would walk through when visiting for the scanners. 2 of those have arrived, so they could be immediately used. And the scanners themselves to scan bags and other items that are brought in are on their way. So that also would be coming. So that, having acquired those, would definitely heighten the security and the control of exactly what enters the prison. So I would like to thank the Dienst Justitiële Instellingen for their cooperation on that matter. Discussions also have been taking place as far as the accommodations are concerned. What we need is a new prison. That's the bottom line. We can't build it next week. So we would have to find ways and means to alleviate the situation that exists right now at the prison and avoid that St. Martin be labeled as one of those countries where your prison falls below the level of international acceptable standards. Also, some urgent repairs need to be made at the prison facility, so infrastructural repairs, infrastructural works. We are in discussions with the Dutch Minister of Justice pertaining to some container cells. And I know when you say that, everybody jump up and say, hey, containers? No, it's a system that was used on Bonaire, and they function very well on Bonaire, and Bonaire now has the new prison that was built, and in the meantime, their prisoners were very secure and in better conditions than ours are right now. So we are looking into acquiring some of those cells, but that is not yet finalized. I'll keep you informed as to the progress of that. I've also met with the board of the Justice Academy, which I consider a very important institution, I would say, in the make, although they are already functioning. Why? Because a lot of our problems has to do with manpower shortage and the proper training of the recruits. The institution has, as many of the different services have many problems, and we discuss them. And the idea is to create a training institution for law enforcement officials. But not only in government, we can also look outside. We have, for instance, and I'm just throwing something out for food for thought, we have a lot of security companies on the island that have workers that basically have absolutely no type of training in what they're supposed to do, which could be a problem for they themselves as for the job that they have to execute. If we have a proper functioning Justice Academy that would be able to train people in law enforcement, maybe we can go over and thinking on how we can also look at regulating the security company by requiring certification of those people who would be operating as security officers. I'm sure I would get some reaction to that statement, but that's where the thinking is going.
People all across St. Martin are switching to a more rewarding experience. The WIB MasterCard Fun Miles credit card, better known as My Card. Earn 1 Fun Mile for every $2 spent, even abroad and online. This will quickly get you a ton of Fun Miles to redeem for travel, shopping, food, fuel, and much more. But there's more to My Card. Worldwide acceptance, an EMV chip for extra security, and 250 free Fun Miles with first use. Switch to My Card today at WIB.
Fun miles, from within your reach.
Call me with mistaken me I. Calypso lovers, people of St. Martin, listen up. Raw Promotions Foundation, in collaboration with the FCDSM, proudly present the first St. Martin Calypso tent for 2017 on Tuesday, February 21st at the Carnival Village in Gallows Bay, Marigot, starting at 8 p.m. sharp. You say you love Calypso? Well, come out and see King Bobo, the Mighty Fox, His Majesty Baker Jr., Ebony Empress, Dr. Ray, Lady Righteous, the Mighty Pepper, the Chipman, Shira, and St. Martin's first female Calypso monarch, Shakira. The Calypso tent is sponsored by Nagico, Fast, Fair, and Always There, and UTS and Chippy. The admission is only $10 or €10. Don't forget the date, Tuesday, February 21st at 8 p.m. sharp. See you there. Out, out, out. Hands bite me.
Let me know.
I going.
I going.
I going.
I going.
I going.
I going.
I going. I going. I going. I going.
I going.
I going. I going.
With the right.
Ik ga.
Are you going? Friday, April 28th, Carnival Village.
It's been said that behind every door, possibility awaits. How much possibility depends on which door you open first. Every day, we help our customers discover the possibilities in their lives. It all starts with a conversation. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
I believe that it's important, while we're working on improving healthcare on multiple fronts. The hospital, of course, is the cornerstone of our healthcare system. As we all know, that's going through its legal challenges at the moment. That's being worked on. We're working on national health insurance. As you know, we finished National Health Insurance Week just before I left, which is part of national health reform. So in other words, there's many items that need to be reformed that are not part of the national health insurance that are being worked on in parallel. So although we're talking about the building of a new hospital, certainly staffing, procedures, qualifications, protocols, and management of our institutions is a critical part of the quality, the outputs from our healthcare system. So I think in order to make the construction, the dialogue more constructive, what I've requested is for an external audit to be done. So the inspectorate has contacted the inspectorate from the Netherlands, and we have requested a broad audit of the SMMC, but I've asked also that the audit be broadened to include as much as possible of our healthcare system, including our referral process, family physicians. So as broad as I can get, I will take. The areas of focus in particular are about governance in relation to quality of care and patient safety, quality management of the SMMC, meaning key indicators, calamities, complaints, protocols, and proper PDCA cycle, which is plan, do, check, and act cycle, patient safety, competence and functioning of specialists and divisions, inspections of the OR, the ICU, the NICU, dialysis, and blood bank. Expectations are that it will be sometime within the next 4 to 6 weeks, and that process will take about 5 working days. And I want to stress that really for me, the importance is to get an impartial opinion, because many of the discussions have become emotional discussions. They've become discussions that are laced with, let's say, history, with fear, accusations, and I think that in the end that doesn't work. So I think having an impartial opinion that comes in and gives a firm third-party opinion about what needs to be done, and we can lay out a proper action plan, I believe is the right way to ensure the population that we have the best quality health care system in the Caribbean. This week also, as a follow-up to National Health Insurance Week, Tower Watson, the actuary that's been hired, is in St. Martin, and they are going to have stakeholder consultations all through this week, explaining how their approach to developing their actuarial model has been developed. And last, we also had just this week 2 meetings, one with Health City. Actually, it turned out they had a representative here on island, and also from FCV, which is a hospital in Bucaramanga, Colombia, both of which, by the way, are JCI accredited, or Joint Commission International Institute accredited. Working in particular with the institutions on a referral program, so how we're sending our patients abroad, people that need to be referred for treatment, but also ongoing discussions about telemedicine, about continuing education, about continuity of care, and about advice towards accreditation. One of the discussions that we've been having with the hospital, and moving towards a new hospital, is that I would like to work towards a accreditation process. So JCI, I believe, is an interesting possibility. Of course, we also need to work towards European norms, but by having an international standard that we're working towards, I believe that's a good structured way to work towards improving the quality of care. And since these hospitals are already JCI accredited, I believe that they could serve as a tremendous resource for the country in terms of helping us to achieve our goals for perhaps a JCI accreditation.